Hello, Rise Builders. Buckle up for this one because it might hit a little close to home. Just like the flight attendants say, secure your own oxygen mask before helping others. Why? Because trying to save others while you're gasping for air is a fast track to burnout. And the same goes for living your life based on other people's applause. So let me ask you something real. What makes you think you need their claps to breathe? Their approval is not your oxygen. God's calling on your life is not up for public vote. If you're living for the audience, you might miss your assignment. Today, we're cutting the cord between validation and vision. Let's get into it. Number one, you don't need applause to be anointed. You don't need applause to be anointed. Galatians 1 and 10 says, am I trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? You were chosen before you were celebrated. Think about it. Think about David, anointed while tending to sheep, not in a palace. Here's the truth. The anointing is often quiet, inconvenient, and misunderstood. People may not even recognize your gift until they need it. Let this sink in. If God approved it in heaven, you don't need likes on earth to validate it. Number two, applause is temporary. Approval from God is eternal. Applause is temporary. Approval from God is eternal. People's praise is unstable. They'll cheer you when you're rising, but disappear when you're struggling. Remember Jesus? On Sunday, they shouted, Hosanna, Hosanna. By Friday, they were screaming, crucify him, crucify him. That's just how fast people's opinions change. But God's approval is unchanging. It's steady. It's rooted in grace. Your calling isn't seasonal, so don't let applause or silence convince you otherwise. If you're only motivated when people clap, what happens when heaven tells you to move in quiet obedience? Can you handle that? Number three, you were sent, not voted in. You were sent, not voted in. Jesus didn't ask for permission to walk in his assignment. He was sent with purpose, with power, and with people misunderstanding him every step of the way. Have you ever been misunderstood? The most dangerous thing you can do is shrink your vision to fit people's comfort zones. I got to repeat that. The most dangerous thing you can do is shrink your vision to fit people's comfort zones. They may not clap because your growth confronts their stagnation. Yeah. But your obedience is not a popularity contest. God doesn't need consents. Stop waiting for confirmation from people who aren't even in your prayer life. Oh, goodness, I need my tambourine. So, what are some things we can do? We can detox from performance. Ask yourself daily, did I do this for God or to prove something? Am I doing this thing for my glory or for God's glory? You do know there is a difference, right? Journaling. Journaling helps us to uncover some patterns like people pleasing. So do the work so you can acknowledge the difference. Journal this stuff out. Anchor your identity in God's voice. Start every day with the word, with some affirmations. I am chosen. I'm equipped. I'm sent. Read Ephesians 1 to remind yourself of your spiritual inheritance. Celebrate obedience over outcome. Track obedience, not views or compliments. Are you being obedient to what God is telling you to do? Did I follow through on what God told me? That's the win. Limit your dependence on feedback. Take intentional breaks. This is important. Take intentional breaks from social media. You can't be going by what social media says. Post what God leads you to share, then log off and trust that the seed has been planted. Yeah. You know, I got a couple of questions for you. Have you delayed obedience because you were waiting for people to notice or approve? What's one thing you would boldly do today if you were no longer in need of people's applause? These are some things we need to really think about. Let this be the day you cut the cord. Their claps can't sustain you, and their silence can't stop you. God called you approved, anointed, and assigned. You are not a performer on their stage. You are a vessel in his mission. So ask yourself one more time, what makes you think you need their applause? When heaven has already said, well done, the moment you said yes. Until next time, continue to grow and glow in the Lord.